Come gather round and hear my song. I will tell you the tale of Jacob and James, just two friends who like watching movies and TV. They were once together, but now they're apart. But that won't stop them from what they started.
It's just like Dave Matthews Band a little bit. It's like an AI Dave Matthews Band.
Dave Matthews, that's what you got from that?
It's all so cut up. This one you could definitely tell that was AI. You could definitely tell that was AI. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell by the voice, the modulation of the way the voice sounds. It sounds very computerish.
You know, I do agree with you on that. Because AI has a like certain kind of tone to it sometimes.
Mhm.
Like you can really tell.
Yeah, that one I really could tell that was AI.
All right. Well, maybe I'll get you next time. Maybe.
Yeah.
So, how are you, sir? Welcome back to the On the Go program, the show, this podcast that we do. What's going on?
Not much, man. Well, Super Bowls yesterday. We're Sunday.
At the time of this recording, it was yesterday. Yes.
Yep, and it was a butt kicking. It was a buzz kicking. It was a buzz kissing, man. It was an ass whooping of epic proportions.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. A lot of people were excited. They said the birds beat the Chiefs, and
beat them down.
Stop them from making history.
Yeah, man, beat them down, and I loved every last bit of it.
I think it was like 20-something to 0 by the time halftime came through.
It was 24-0. It's at second half, and
that's
then,
wild.
I want to say third quarter. I want to say 5 minutes into the third quarter, it was 34-0, and Kansas City Chiefs couldn't even get past midfield. They didn't get past midfield until at least the last minute of the third quarter. They couldn't get past the 50-yard line. It was insane.
Yeah,
it was insane. Never seen nothing like it.
Philadelphia came to play, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what happened to the Chiefs. Maybe they backed off a little bit because they were like, you know what, we won the last 2 years. We'll probably get this.
Well, I think it was just a little bit of factor of just they came out as flat. They came out flat this time around, and their defense for the Eagles was just historically great. On last night, they were just historically great. They were great when they had to be, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I really enjoyed it.
Well, good for them. Good for them for winning, and too bad we didn't get that 3 year in a row win streak. Who's gonna get it? What team will eventually get that?
It's hard to do. It's hard to do because just making one Super Bowl is hard to do, and then
that is true. Let alone 3 in a row.
Let alone win 1 and then win 2, and then you're talking about winning 3. They'll never be like this was the last team that was able to do that. Now there'll never be a team that'll be able to do that again. Never.
Well, we'll see. No. I guess no amount of Taylor Swift energy could get them.
No, they like for Paul Taylor Swift. They booed her out the building.
I saw that. Yeah, I heard about that. I was just like, wow. Like, I mean, it's funny because like she's not in charge of putting the camera on her. She's just there watching Travis, or it's Travis that she's with, right?
And a lot,
because there's two of them.
Yeah, Travis Kelce. And I think a lot of it was also that's Philly. Philly boos everybody. Philly doesn't like anybody that's not them. So that's also was the Philly crowd. And Taylor Swift, she's a good person, I'm assuming. And I just think, like I said, that was the Philly crowd. And then Donald Trump had to chime in because he was at the game, and he was just like, "Oh man, the game." I think he said the only person that was getting more, I guess, beat up more than the Chiefs was Taylor Swift. He's like, well, she got booed out of the building. So, he had to chime in, because that's what presidents do. They chime in on celebrities getting booed at stadiums. So he was there. He left early, though. I guess he couldn't stay for the Kendrick Lamar halftime show.
Yeah, I guess not. I mean, he came for the photo op and then he left, right? I was surprised he didn't have his whole family with him. Like, I think he only had his daughter.
Yeah, he only had Ivanka with him. I think he stayed for like midway through for the half of the game. But then, I guess after he found out it wasn't as competitive as it was going to be, then he left.
Yeah.
And then, of course, still he didn't want to see Kendrick Lamar, I'm assuming. Because I'm pretty sure he don't know who the hell Kendrick Lamar is. So I was like, he was probably like, let me just go ahead on it.
He would have to know a little bit, at least, right? Like, I mean, I know that's not a genre, but like major pop culture thing over the last year with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Like, I mean, even if you're not into rap, like, you know about the beef.
Well, if he did, you know damn well he won't go stay to watch that. Nothing like that. Not Kendrick Lamar.
No, of course not. No.
Not that militant black man. Hell no. A militant black man?
He's like, I'm not catching a stray in this performance.
Absolutely not. Catching watching something about America? Talking down about America? Of course not. Tell the truth about America? Hell no. So, what else happened? The commercial was kind of lackluster. Yeah, they were. Some of them were okay. I don't remember any of them. You know, just off the top of the dome. That's how. I just go to show you how unmemorable they were.
Yeah, I mean, I know like the Michelle Pfeiffer Willem Dafoe commercial we talked about before.
Catherine O'Hara.
Just a couple. Catherine O'Hara. I don't know why I was thinking Michelle Pfeiffer. Maybe she's thinking about me. I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I've seen that before the Super Bowl, and again, it is one of those things that dropped before the Super Bowl, like all the trailers, right? So just a couple of alcoholics just hustling for Michelob Ultra.
I will say I saw more Matthew McConaughey than I ever wanted to see.
Yeah, I heard there was a commercial with him. I heard there was the Wayne Brady, not Wayne. Oh my God, my name's today, dude. The Tom Brady and Snoop Dogg one.
Yeah, the hate campaign. I like that one. That was cool. Matthew McConaughey. I feel like he had every commercial.
Did he really?
Uber Eats. The other commercial with him and Woody Harrelson where he's in the rain at the restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got that one, but that one's played all the time. So I wasn't shocked at that one. Then they played another one. I was like, God damn, man, I'm seeing more of this guy than I ever have. Like I felt like he was in every commercial last night.
They paid him well, sir.
So he was pretty cool. Like I said, they really didn't show too much of anything because, like I said, they try to do these commercials now a week before because they don't want to have to shell out so much money.
Yeah, because it's like millions of dollars for a TV spot. But I mean, I imagine they still have to pay out quite a bit because it's still airing during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to pay out, but it won't be as much, you know, for the little 30-second spot. You know,
yeah.
For that little 30-second spot, you don't have to pay out. So that's why Warner Brothers was like, no, we good. We're not going to have no Superman trailer. We good on that. We good on that. Fantastic Four, Marvel didn't have anything but just Thunderbolts. They're like, we'll show this, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, what can you do? It looks like Bud Light's kind of making a comeback finally. It looks like they had a Post Malone and Shane Gillis commercial.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They finally got they got some new reps. Let me see. Hellman's did one. I know they recreated like when Harry met Sally, but with like mayonnaise.
Yeah. Pfizer
had a commercial, which I'm sure everybody was excited to see that.
Well, that was about cancer. This little boy that had cancer. He beat cancer. And he played LL Cool J's Mama Gonna Knock You Out, which I thought was a very cool commercial.
That's cool. That's fun.
Everybody was cheering him. He was running around the block and he was running down the street. Everybody was cheering him. And then he made it home to his parents and he, you know, so that's what the commercial was. So if everybody still hates Pfizer, then hey, I guess you hate cancer then, huh?
I mean, everybody should hate cancer. You hate little boys trying to fight cancer.
I know everyone just hates everything nowadays. They hate all the health professionals stuff. So if you hate that commercial, then hey, I guess you hate. I guess you love cancer. Then I guess you love cancer. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of people, man. I just like they hate everything. People hated Kendrick Lamar's halftime. People hated this. That. I'm like, you know, I don't get it. I just don't.
On the go, or well, you know, with Jacob and James.
Salutations! It's your Uncle Sam, and this is the Great American Game.
Well, let's move on to the Kendrick Lamar halftime show because I just watched it before we started recording today, and I do want to talk about it because obviously every year we see this. Every time there's like a rapper in the Super Bowl or R&B as last year, right?
Yeah.
Usher. There's always like, oh, why can't we get country? Why can't we do this? Blah, blah, blah. The older crowd is upset because, like, you know, their style and genre of music isn't as represented anymore. And partly it's because there's no major rock band that's huge right? Like right now, everything's like pop, hip hop, R&B. Like that's kind of where the genres are really succeeding in, right? And then
I mean, even WWE has got on their train now, because back in the day you had these different type of bands. You can name them, or Fall Out Boy, Linkin Park. What else you want to name?
Trapped, Salvia, Nickelback. I think one point had a song for WWE.
Yeah, you have all these different bands back then, but a lot of them are broken up, or different things have happened. Red Hot Chili Peppers. I mean, we still got them, but and they usually do sometime. They kind of cover the Super Bowl half of the time, but I just think it's just been a shift culturally, where I mean, for lack of better words, hip hop. People have found out that hip hop is more lucrative, money wise.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I'm sure in 30 years it'll come full circle again. We'll be back to like, rock bands or country bands or whatever. Like eventually it'll diversify. It'll break itself back up. But I mean, over the past couple of years, this is the trend. You follow the trend. What would really piss them off is if next year they did K-pop.
I mean, they could. I mean, it's in San Francisco, so who knows?
That'll really get them. It's just like, what do you mean this un-American band is playing the Super Bowl?
Because a lot of the rock bands that you have now, like they don't have a great following. They're not household names anymore, so you can't you can't really showcase them like you want to.
You're right. Yeah, there needs to be like a rock band renaissance.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So back in the day, you had the Who, you had Rolling Stones did the halftime show. What's that? He passed away. Don't come around here no more. Nah, man, I love those guys. Oh man,
I don't even know that song.
I'm running down the dream. The devil will come to me. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of them.
Okay, damn it. All right, but I mean, you've had so many bands, old school bands that did perform, and the numbers didn't bear out. And we had Black Time. They would give us a little couple of seconds of blackness in the Super Bowl, where you had Nelly. Nelly was in the Super Bowl. Of course, you had Janet Jackson. You had Michael Jackson. You had James Brown. You had Ray Charles. I mean, you had different halftimes, but we have not had a halftime that was dedicated strictly to Black people. Like we never thought we would ever see Kendrick Lamar do a halftime show.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. It's a huge thing for the culture and everything else. So let them have the moment, man. Let it happen.
Let alone we had Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg.
Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem. Remember they tried to make a big deal about Eminem like kneeling or something, but it was just like it was just part of the act. He wasn't even trying to like make a statement or anything. It was just
it was just part of that.
Yeah, it was all it is. Let me see. Last year they had Usher. The year before was Rihanna.
Yep.
And again, R&B. Like Rihanna's not really like rap, right? No. I mean, she has raps, but Kendrick Lamar performed with Dr. Dre and them.
Yep, he did. He did that. Yep, that was in LA. The one in LA.
That's cool. The year before that was The Weeknd. I remember that. That was a big one. Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. They flipped out on that one.
Well, I mean, I guess they figured it to them because it was in Miami. And they were like, well, Jennifer Lopez and Shakira does not represent the culture of and so I really can't say, anything because I don't really, that's not my culture. So, I enjoyed the halftime show that year, but I understand that people did enjoy it, of a certain ethnic group because I saw my culture.
So the last time a real like old school classic rock band played the Super Bowl was in 2010 with The Who. And if I recall correctly, that was a horrible performance. I don't think anybody liked it when The Who played.
No, because you had it was Tom Petty and Heartbreakers. Tom Petty and Heartbreakers did the one before that.
2008. Bruce
2008.
Springsteen was 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Prince was 2007. So like in the mid 2000s was when we still had like rock and roll going on. Here's a lineup you cannot repeat again today, James. Let me tell you.
I think I remember the lineup.
February 1st, 2004. Let me break it down for you. Janet Jackson, Nelly, Justin Timberlake, Jessica Simpson, Kid Rock, and last but certainly not least, sir, P. Diddy.
Yep, that was the one that was in Houston. That was the one that was in Houston. Yep.
You you could not recreate that today whatsoever.
And that was and like I said, that was their way of trying to throw in a little bit of hip hop, mixing in, trying to throw us a bone. It's like, hey, let's throw in a little mixture of hip hop.
Right, and then you got a bunch of classic rock stuff. You know, you have Paul McCartney in there, which is like from the Beatles. I don't really think you consider that rock, really.
Yeah, Rolling Stones.
Yeah, and then the last band they had was Maroon 5 in 2019, and I think, James, that's what ruined it for everybody. Because Maroon 5,
that was the last draw.
Yeah, Maroon 5 is historically bad live. They do not sound good whatsoever.
Yeah,
that's what ruined it for everybody. So when you're mad that like a rapper is doing the Super Bowl, blame Maroon 5.
Yeah, I mean exactly. And like I say, that was the last straw. And the best halftime show, arguably, probably of all time, is Prince. That was by far the best halftime show I had ever seen.
You're right. Yeah, people keep bringing him up.
That was the best halftime show ever. Best halftime show. So nothing's ever going to compete with that. That's the one halftime show that no one could argue about. That was, you know, if you argued about Prince halftime show, then you just didn't like it. You just don't like music. Period.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it was good. Now the Super Bowl's in San Francisco next year. San Francisco. Jay-Z and his company, Rock Nation, is still over the halftime show. They just signed a new deal. So I'm pretty sure they're going to probably choose somebody black again, or they could go a little bit more in the alternative route. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, Jay-Z's not strictly in the rap game either, though. I mean, he's produced other like rock bands, or he's worked with other rock bands. Like he did that whole thing with Linkin Park a few years ago.
So he could do something different.
He could. If he really wanted to, he can. I said before we started recording, you go country, but you get all the country performers who became country in the last year or so from rap. You get Post Malone, you get Jelly Roll. You get those people. Bring those and just really be like, hey guys, we did country again. And then throw that lineup out there. Watch everybody freak.
Well, can I give you a suggestion? I think the Super Bowl next year might be Post Malone. I think it might be Post Malone. I think he's due for a halftime show.
I can see that. You know, he performed with Beyonce during the Christmas halftime show, Beyonce Bowl.
Yeah, he did. So I would not be surprised if it's Post Malone.
I respect Post Malone because he just seems like a versatile like artist.
Yeah.
I like some of his music that he has. I don't think he's like a bad person.
No.
In general, he seems to have like become a better person over the years. I don't think he was bad to begin with, but like, you know, like I think public image wise with the tattoos on the face and stuff.
Well, he's cleaned himself up as far as his liquor and stuff like that. He's lost a lot of weight.
He has, because I mean, I think he was on, you know, the usual like drugs and stuff at the beginning, and then he kept hurting himself on stage. There was a stint where he kept like hurting himself on stage, not on purpose, but like he kept falling over and stuff like that. And I think that was kind of a wake up call for him.
Yeah.
And that was like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah. 5 years ago, probably at this point, maybe even further. I don't know. Time is a construct ever since COVID.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's get into Kendrick Lamar's show. I really liked it. I think the choreography was great. Someone said the camera work was really good. Like that was their one takeaway was like, hey, you know, say what you want about the music, but the camera work was really good. And then I like the framing with like Samuel L. Jackson being Uncle Sam, and he's like, you know, kind of I guess he's like he introduces the halftime show, and then he gets on Kendrick for like being too ghetto or whatever. Like he's obviously
no, too loud, too reckless, too ghetto. Mr. Lamar, do you really know how to play the game? Then tighten up.
The voice of the audience. He's obviously like, oh, this is what people are going to say already. So we're going to have a guy on field just saying it.
He already knew what to expect. I thought it was well planned out. Some of the songs I didn't think he would do. I didn't think he would do Euphoria. Because Euphoria is a very, very slow song, but I still liked it. He kind of wrapped it up. I like that he had SZA on stage as well. I thought that was cool. He did All Stars, which like this whole playlist. I kind of knew he was gonna do.
Yeah,
like that whole playlist.
Yeah, and obviously Not Like Us was gonna show up, and I like the tease that he did in the middle of the performance for it.
Ladies, yes, Dad. I want to make a move. For sure. I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love the suit. What song? Yeah, that song. Maybe I think about it.
I know some people were upset because they was like, well, we're not upset, but it was just like the only reason why Kendrick Lamar is doing any of this because he knows that the way he's bringing Drake's name in this is the only reason why he's getting his halftime show and all that. And I'm like, yeah, sure. If that's the narrative that you want to push to help you make yourself happy or live with, you go right ahead. The man has damn near 20 Grammys off of music that does not have anything to do with Drake.
Yeah, I mean, he just swept the Grammys.
Yeah.
Before this, so
the 5 Grammys he got was from this diss track. Cool, whatever. But he's gotten previous Grammys before that. And it's like, it ain't like this man just popped out of nowhere. It's just like, well, to go ahead and diss Drake, so I put my 15 minutes of fame out here. No, it's not like that at all. He could not have done this song if he didn't want to. He didn't have to do this song. He didn't have to.
Of course not.
But he decided to do it because he wanted to do it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what America wants. Nice and calm. You're almost there. Don't mess this.
Oh no. It's a cultural divide. I'm going to get it on the floor.
You really about to do it?
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
You really about to do it?
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
They get on it like that.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like.
You know what though? Like, from everything we've learned over the past year or so, with like the Diddy stuff coming out, or even like, you know, further than that with like the Epstein stuff that happened, you would think like an artist coming out and like vocally, you know, sounding off on someone who's like doing sketchy things with kids. Like, you think people wouldn't really like, I don't know, mind that? You think they would be kind of for it? Be like, yeah, call the guy out. We should have more music calling out horrible people.
Well, I don't know. According to Kanye, he's probably just go ahead on and shout out Diddy because he's a good person from what Kanye says.
Oh my God, so who knows? Dude. Okay, so apparently Kanye had a commercial.
Hold on. Are we done with talking about this?
Yeah, I mean, we can move on to Kanye.
Okay, cool. All right, we can move on. All right.
Yeah. Sorry, because you brought up Kanye, but Kanye apparently had a Super Bowl commercial. Kanye West bought another local TV ad during the Super Bowl to promote his Yeezy fashion brand, and this time viewers in Los Angeles had a chance to see it. The lo-fi ad, which West said was shot on an iPhone, directed viewers to his brand's Yeezy.com website. In the ad, West said he was sitting at the dentist. The ad wasn't seen nationally, but it was sold in at least one major local market in Los Angeles. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't show that. They didn't show that at all. I think after his recent spazzing out, I think a lot of networks and stuff are done with him.
Well, it was promoting to go to Yeezy.com because it says, as of now, the self-proclaimed Nazis website is promoting just one article of clothing, a T-shirt with a swastika on it.
Yeah, like I say, after that whole, because he spazzed out this whole weekend, and after that whole ordeal, I think he's got himself in some serious hot water at this point. I think Elon Musk he's unfollowed him. Of course, that idiot unfollows him because he doesn't want to be associated after he just got to doing the whole swastika to his own self, doing the Hitler salute. But he lost his mind, man.
Yeah, he's off his meds again, and he was gone for so long, and then he showed up. It wasn't the Grammys. Was it the Grammys? He showed up. Yeah, he showed up at the Grammys with his wife, and then she's like completely nude under like a sheer dress, where there's children around.
And then he's talking about he owns dominion over and all this stuff, the type of stuff. And I'm just like, dude, obviously he's doing a lot of this to promote his album that's coming out. But at some point, you would think that people, if you have any mind, or if you think for yourself, you would stop effing with him at this point in time.
Yeah. And, some people would say like, oh, Kanye's always been kind of like this edgy troll for years. But at a certain point, like that excuse has to stop.
Yeah.
You can only be edgy for so long until it's just detrimental at some point, right? It's like, okay, you can be trolly and edgy, but like when you start throwing out like Nazi salutes and promoting like swastikas and all this stuff, it's like, all right, let's back it up a little bit. Like what are we doing here? Why are we doing this?
If you are sitting up here saying in the tweet that you love Nazism, Hitler is cool, he's fresh, and all this type of stuff, and you support Nazism, and you're saying like, hey, you're a Jewish person. If you got a problem with Jew, cool, no problem. That's your right. But to sit there and promote that on websites and promote that on Twitter and say that out loud, first of all, is ignorant and is stupid. You're saying that you're for the extermination, because Hitler was for the extermination of Jewish people and black people and everybody else that was not him.
Anybody who's not a white blonde person, not just buzzwords, but quite literally, that's what their goal was.
And that's the thing about it. Like, people that sit there and agree with Kanye about what they hate about Jewish people, this guy was for the extermination of every race. It was not just Jewish people.
Yeah.
So if you're out here promoting Nazism, then you need to be shut down, you know? And David Schwimmer from Friends, he told Elon Musk, hey, I know you don't really give a but do you mind blocking this guy from X? Like, he's saying harmful things that can kill people. It's sad, man. And now it's kind of crazy because you see the right, they're trying to disassociate themselves from Kanye, and they're saying, oh, Kanye's lost his mind, he's crazy, and all these different things. Now they're trying to disassociate themselves after years of publicly supporting Kanye when he was supporting them. Now they're trying to disassociate themselves from him. So now, you know, like I say, he's starting to lose everybody now.
Yeah. Well, you know, after around to find out, you know what I mean?
You know, and like I say, he's already lost so many sponsors now. But I'm just curious to see all these rappers out here, these people that's still supporting his music, that's still out here loving Kanye. Are y'all going to continue to keep supporting this man that says that he loves Nazism, and he loves the swastika, and he loves all these different things that Hitler stood for? The man that stood, and I'm going to keep saying it, the man that wanted to exterminate not just Jewish people, but everybody that were not white hair and blue-eyed people.
Blonde hair, blue-eyed.
Blonde hair, blue-eyed people. Like, so I'm going to keep promoting that. So like I say, I'm done with Kanye. I've been done with Kanye because I thought he was very disrespectful. Only black people would keep letting this man disrespect our culture and disrespect our history and try to mental their way out of him saying, well, this is not what he was saying. He was saying this. He was trying to say this. That's why he's saying it. It's just time out for that, man. It's time out for it.
That goes for a few other people in the world. It's like, you know, at a certain point, like, if you have to constantly explain what somebody means, they're probably not a great person. You know, if you have to constantly keep doing gymnastics, you're like, well, what he really meant was this. You just don't get it. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure he said this.
The mental gymnastics that people do for these other people that they don't do for their normal people and their friends, it's just maddening to me. Like, you're doing this mental gymnastics for these celebrities. It's just asinine to me.
Yeah.
Kanye has no value on anything in life. He has added nothing to our black culture. He has added nothing to anybody's culture. He is just a pariah. All he cares about is himself. And people want to keep bringing up his mom who passed away. My mom passed away a year ago. I'm not, you don't see me out here talking about I love Nazism. You're not seeing me out here telling my girlfriend or wife or whoever to get butt naked on and pose in front of people.
Yeah. That's true.
Come on, man. It's like the excuses that we keep making for these so-called people. It's just ridiculous to me, man. It's just ridiculous. Sorry to go off on that rant, audience, but it's just like, come on, man. Somebody got to say it.
You're passionate. That's all it is. It's passion.
Well, it's just sad, man, because I know people that are Jewish. You know what I'm saying? And it's messed up. You know, it's effed up, man. That's not cool. There's nothing cool about that.
On the go.
Or speed dating.
Do you mind if I live stream this?
I think the earth is flat and the birds aren't real.
With Jacob and James.
That's my thoughts on that, man. But we can get on to the Thunderbolts trailer if you want to. All of you guys something else you want to talk about?
No, yeah, let's take a look at the Thunderbolts trailer. Because what did you think of the trailer? Well, this is the first new footage we got in like a few months, I think, right?
Yeah, it is. I I liked it. I liked it. I don't think that it's swayed me one way or the other. Like, I'm still gonna watch it, but I don't think it swayed me one way or the other.
Oh no,
it was cool to see Bob. What's his name? Bob Century. Yeah.
Or the Void.
The Void. I'm sorry, the Void. This is the same thing, right?
Yeah, it's like his darker half or whatever. He's got like a split personality kind of thing going on. So he's the Sentry, and then the Void is like the dark version of him, which is the villain of the movie, obviously.
Is he really the whole villain, you think?
It seems like that. It seems the way it's going. And then whatever Val's doing, art imitates life sometimes, right? So Val's got the white in her hair, and then Tulsi Gabbard also has that white. Like, when they were doing the confirmation hearings a couple weeks ago for like Trump's new cabinet, I know this is a little political, but it's related to the Thunderbolts trailer. She was in a white suit with that white like streak of hair that Val has in this trailer.
Yeah, I noticed it. I don't know whether they did that on purpose or whether it just accidentally happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's way like coincidental. It's weird. It's like one of those weird little things.
And I like the trailer. I'm still gonna watch it. I'm still not big on Julia Dreyfus as a villain.
Yeah,
are playing this what you call it, Amanda Waller type role. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's hard to tell because like it's hard to tell like because this looks very like Suicide-esque or Suicide Squad-esque. A bunch of ragtag anti-heroes, pseudo villains are coming together to like fight a big bad because the Avengers aren't around or whatever. And I do find it interesting because it looks like it's mostly set in New York. So I wonder if they're going to do like the parallels to the first Avengers movie. Because when you look at the lineup, right, you got Bucky, who's like you have Bucky and US Agent, who are like your Captain America stand-ins, or even Red Guardian. You got like three pseudo Captain America characters, but you got Taskmaster, who's kind of an archer, right? She's a little bit of everything. You got Ghost. You got your Black Widow with Yelena. They're not like a one-to-one of the Avengers, but it certainly seems like, I can see the third act of this movie kind of being a parallel to the third act of the Avengers movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just want it to be good. This is definitely probably the movie that I want to see more than Captain America at this point.
Yeah, because Captain America, the only thing it's really got going for it is the fact that Red Hulk's in it, and from early reports, it seems like Red Hulk's not in it that much. Yeah, because you also have like the Surfing Society, who are also like villains in the movie, and then like the leader is setting stuff up. But like, how much of each of these like antagonists are we gonna see? And it's also been reshot a lot. I saw such a non-review for this movie, I think yesterday, James.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tweet that someone had put out that was like, "Oh, I've heard from people who've seen the movie say it's not as bad as you think it would be. So if you want this movie to fail, you're going to be disappointed." That was the review. It was basically like my friend's cousin's uncle saw the movie and said it was pretty good.
Pretty much.
Just like this I was like, this is such a non-review. Why'd you post this? Like, you didn't even like. There's no. What is this?
Well, we're definitely going to find out about Captain America this week because the reviews for that should be dropping. And come out this week. So we definitely should be getting some early reviews. But I really hope this movie's good. From what I heard and saw, and I hate to be that person to say I saw it like that, like you just said, but from what I've heard from the test screenings, it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough.
That's what happens when you do like a ton of reshoots for a movie. Most movies do have reshoots, but this one got a lot of reshoots over the past like year and a half or however long they've been like working on this thing. Because I think it got pushed back a couple of times, if I remember correctly.
It did.
So, we'll see how it goes. But Thunderbolts looks really good. New trailer looks good. At least we have. Do what?
Do you like the posters? They got the Wheaties box because like heroes. The
Oh really?
Some people didn't understand the poster, the reference, because they said why the Thunderbolts doing a Wheaties box, like the way it looks, the layout of it is like a Wheaties box. And basically, I think it was Red Guardian that said something like to the effect of, they don't exactly put heroes on a cereal box. So that's why they got the poster of the poster is them on there. And then they got another poster which they kind of had to modify it. So it's basically what's that? It's an abbreviated. It was bullets. It was the bullets, and it said Thunderbolts in the middle. but obviously for reasons, you understand you gotta can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So they changed that poster around, and I like it. I like that one too.
Okay, yeah, the Wheaties box poster is clever. It's very clever.
I like that one. That's probably my favorite poster.
That's a good callback. You said the other one had bullets on it?
Yeah, it was a leaked poster that had bullets, and it was like a circle of bullets.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at it now with the asterisk.
Yeah, so now they changed to the asterisk, but at first it was bullets before.
I see.
So I like the asterisk. The asterisk is cool too, but I think the Wheaties box, that one stands out a whole lot more. When you pass by it, you just can't help but say, "Oh, that's a Wheaties box."
Yeah, that's clever.
I think that's really, really clever, man. Oh, that's really, really clever.
Yeah, but no, yeah. I mean, I think this one will probably be better than Captain America 4, and certainly we're getting to the I think you said it before. We're getting to the more grounded era of these movies now. Like they finally learned that not every movie since Endgame has to be a universe destroying thing.
I don't think Thunderbolts gonna be as grounded if you especially if you're battling somebody like Void, but
yeah, sure.
At least now we're kind of getting more to the end of this whole situation here that we find ourselves in. So hopefully we're getting ourselves to who's going to be in the Avengers, who's going to be in the Doomsday Avengers, who's going to be in Secret Wars. That's kind of more I think the whole Marvel fan base, or whatever you want to call it, MCU fan base, want to know, how is this all going to end? Because with the Avengers, back we had Endgame, Infinity War. You already had those. You already knew who the Avengers were. Now
that is true.
We don't know who the hell the Avengers are.
No, yeah. I mean, Captain America is supposedly going to be leading them again, but I mean, nobody remembers who Spider-Man is. So, I mean, obviously Spider-Man's going to be a part of it, but in universe, no one remembers who he is, technically. Doctor Strange is doing multiverse stuff with what's her name? Shang-Chi, apparently his rings are supposed to be a big proponent, but I don't know where he is in this universe, because we haven't checked back in with him since his first movie. Ironheart's supposed to be popping up somewhere, but yeah, it's a lot of missing pieces to this puzzle that's very quickly coming together.
Yeah, and I think that's where we just need to go. How is this puzzle? That's why I'm anxious to see these two movies more than anything, or more 3 movies, Fantastic Four included. How is this supposed to weave itself into the Doomsday situation? Because right now people are just confused as hell. We all just throwing our rumors and speculation and innuendo, and that's cool, that's fun, but I need something a little bit more concrete at this point.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Well, we'll get our first look at what's to come in next week, I suppose, with Captain America.
So I just want to get to somewhat of an end or conclusion of this, because I'm kind of getting a little annoyed with all of it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, so is everybody else. I think again, the superhero tweet, it's a roller coaster. I've said this before. It's a roller coaster, right? Your franchise is only as good as your last movie. That's exactly this point. If it's great, we're back. Marvel's back. If it's bad, Marvel's failing again. Deadpool Wolverine was fantastic. Everyone was like, yeah, Marvel's back. Now it's been a while, so everyone's just kind of we're back at we've gone down the hill. Now we're going back up. That slow building anticipation to the next drop.
I just want to know where this thing is, man. How this thing's gonna end up and shake up. That's all I want to know. How does Robert Downey Jr. factor into all this? This is
yeah.
There's just so many questions. So many questions.
That still really turns me off, man. I just don't like him coming back as Dr. Doom.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been wrong before, but I don't know. It just seems like such a cheap thing.
I mean, obviously they did it because of money.
Yeah, of course. Did it because of money. They did it because they lost out on King being your big bad for a while. But now there's rumors that they're going to try to maybe, get him back in there somehow. I don't know about Jonathan Majors per se, but there's inklings of rumors that they're going to try to rework King into this franchise.
Well, at first there was a small rumor that was maybe Kevin Feige should reconsider bringing back Jonathan Majors after his trailer had dropped for Magazine Dreams, and they got good numbers on YouTube, and a lot of people are talking about how this movie looks pretty good, which I did see the trailer. It does look really, really good. I can't wait to see it. But people were talking about that. My thing about it is, I wish they could have went on and just brought, it just kept, Kane the Conqueror and just went on and just did it like that and just recast it. But I think they figured that it wasn't working.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It wasn't working. Like Quantumania killed whatever goodwill we had with Kane the Conqueror. It really destroyed it.
Well, like Loki set him up so well, and then Quantumania was kind of a downgrade.
Yeah, a hell of a downgrade. You got him carried away by ants. Like come on, man. You can't take nobody seriously that's being carried away by ants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with Doomsday. I'm okay with Robert Downey Jr. playing this character. Hopefully, I trust the Russo brothers are able to make this make sense. Because you don't bring in, you don't throw this much money at Robert Downey Jr. and not be able to make this make sense.
That's true. So we'll see. It's only a year away.
2 years away. But we still got Captain America and Thunderbolts and Fantastic
Four. We got 3 whole movies, so a lot can change. A lot can happen.
Yep.
This segment sponsored by
the people against vegetarians eating plants. Save the grass, eat some ass.
I think that's it. I think that's all we got.
Yeah, it's a short show today. Short show.
Yeah, man. Super Bowl commercials, Super Bowl show, little rant about Nazism. Trailer park. Good show today, James. We did a great job.
Before we go, I still want to ask you this question. So, a good friend to the show named Joel, mainly your best friend, he sent me this, or he sent you to like the group text, us going out again. And
yeah, the Star Wars burlesque thing.
Yeah, well, what with this guy, bro? This guy? Like, I forgot to tell you about that.
I don't know, James. Just burlesque is
Jesus.
I had the same thought before. I was like, man, he really is like pushing the burlesque shows a lot.
He either pushes little people or burlesque shows, like Star Wars burlesque shows. Like, wow, some part of me wants to probably think that he could probably just do a mix between little people and burlesque show. Now that would probably be more interesting than his idea that he keeps coming up with.
Well, it's funny because there's a Kiss cover band called Mini Kiss. Yeah. And I sent him a link because they're going on tour.
Oh, that's funny.
And his response is like, well, I don't really like Kiss. Then he was like, could be fun. Do you want to go?
Oh my God. See, this guy, man.
I don't know, man. But I mean, I looked at that burlesque show that he's saying. It looks pretty cool because it's not, it's not just like women. It's men, it's women. It's like a whole dance routine. It actually seems pretty cool. Like, I don't know, if you check out the clips or whatever, it actually seems really dope. You know what? He sent this to us before, but it wasn't in Texas yet. It was like in another state.
Yeah.
Because I remember he told us about it like a year or so ago. And we were like, it's not even in our state. And then, lo and behold, it's come through, James. It's time.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. What's this guy's problem, man? Like, what's this guy's problem?
Why does he want to see people take their clothes off so
I just don't understand. I damn sure ain't trying to see no man take nothing off. So I'm just like, come on, man. What we talking about? What we talking about?
Sometimes you have a real good experience in something and you just can't let it go.
This is all the time we have today, listeners.
Yeah, this is the final nail in the coffin.
Yep.
If you want to email us and you want to weigh in on your opinions on burlesque shows, you can email us at onthegopod2023@gmail.com. You can also message us on Instagram at onthegowithjacobandjames. You can find me on Instagram at jacobdantone.audio. You can also find James on Instagram at
James9794.
And that's all we got for you today. Without further ado, I'm on the go. James is on the go. Not to a burlesque show, evidently.
No, absolutely not. No.
But we're all on the go.